Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to First Institute's virtual open house. My name is Molly. I'm from the admissions department here, and I am with Leah, who is our program director for graphic design. And we are very excited to show you around our campus today. If you guys could please take a moment and add in the chat a little bit about you. We would love to see who is tuning in. Please put in your name, what city or state you're tuning in from, and tell us what some of your goals are in graphic design, what you see yourself doing. We'd love to hear from our audience. Now, I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes just to trickle in and get settled, but as many of you know, First Institute, we are a digital media school, and we are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. During our time, we have helped thousands of students graduate from our programs and gain entry-level employment into the digital media industry. So on your 10-month journey here, you're going to be learning a lot. You're going to be making a lot of cool artwork and, preparing yourself to launch your career. If you have any questions as we go through the tour, please feel free to add those into the chat box. We will be doing a little Q&A session at the end. But now I'm going to turn it over to Leah. And Leah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Molly. Hi, everybody. My name's Leah. I'm the program director for graphic design and web development here at F.I.R.S.T. I've been here at F.I.R.S.T for almost 3 years. I spent my first year as an instructor and then moved up to director. So I really love seeing all of your work and how you guys progress as artists and really kind of go into who you are as an artist. So I'm very excited for you guys and very excited to hopefully have you come on campus and really learn in our program.
Absolutely. And today we are going to be touching on both our campus experience and our online experience, which we call interactive distance learning. So you guys will get a peek at both of those. Again, if you guys could take a moment and tell us a little bit about you, add in the chat your name, where you're tuning in from, and some of the goals that you have in graphic design. We're going to be circling back to this a little bit later on to see who is tuning in. But for now, I think it's time to get started, and we are going to start off in one of the coolest rooms on campus. Yeah. So we're going to check out the shop. All right, so we got a lot going on in here. Tell us a little bit about the equipment we have and what students get to do in the shop.
Sure. So there is a lot of stuff here, but this is our print shop. So as you can see, we've got a lot of fun tools, a lot of fun artwork here. So up here, you're going to see some of our actual student work with some of the projects they do. We've got creative portraits, architectural illustrations, character design, national park posters. So our students really have enjoyed making these projects with their time here. But in this room really is where we bring your digital designs to the print field. So we've got our Epson SureColor S6600. That's our large format printer where all of our projects are printed. You also will see a P.A.K plotter. So this is a giant Cricut, as I like to call it, for anybody who is a crafter and has used a Cricut machine. So we'll use this for making sticker designs, but also to work on an Xbox controller wrap. That's one of our students' favorite projects. We also have this big machine over here. This is our Cala laminator. So this is a gigantic laminator that we've used for yard signs and other different projects. You'll also see we've got a bunch of fun tools, some student projects, and up top we've got a poster or a banner for Fast Signs. So we have partnered with Fast Signs, and we actually do a Fast Signs training. So Fast Signs is one of the largest print companies that you'll see across the nation. They have print shops all over the country. So we work on getting our students Fast Sign certified. So they learn on all 3 of these machines, which are used in Fast Sign shops. And in return, we put students on a mailing list to hopefully help them get jobs all across the country. So very exciting room. This is my favorite room on campus for sure.
Absolutely. And just having that employment opportunity in your back pocket immediately upon graduation is such a great shoe-in, to get your foot in the door and start practicing your skills in the industry. Yeah, these are the Xbox controllers that Leah was talking about. This is so cool. The students designed these through Adobe, and then they actually got to print them on the P.A.K and were able to implement them on the controllers. So that's just a little peek at some of the things that you can do in graphic design. And honestly, I always say, your imagination is the limit. Whatever you think, you can do it. But anyway, we got a lot more space to check out. So if you guys want to come with me, we're going to head down to some of our classrooms. Now, as we're walking down here, you'll get a peek of our courtyard over here on the left-hand side. This is an open space to all of our students. So you can hang out here during lunch, before or after class, but also I see students working on projects out there all the time. When you talk about photography and graphic design, a lot of them need to learn how to utilize that natural light. So you'll see students out there with their cameras and their lighting kits and, practicing in real time. We're going to hop into production lab 3 and take a look at what some of our students are working on.
Yes, so we've got Carmen's class in here. They're currently in our UI UX class. Let's come on in. Hello, everybody. Hi, Carmen. Good, how are you? So can you tell me what everybody is working on?
Yeah, today everyone's doing what we call a competitive analysis, and they are reviewing some websites and finding the differences between them so that they can make informed decisions for their clients.
Wonderful. That sounds awesome. So why is it important for graphic designers to understand UI UX design?
It's extremely important for that in today's day. We need to know the difference about why we do research and then how we make informed decisions with that research on how the interface looks.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And then one more question. What are some additional web design projects that these students work on?
So right now they're going to take this information and then they're going to actually create a user interface doing a website, which is going to be awesome. And then they'll also be doing an app. So they'll be doing interfaces for websites and for apps.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, guys, keep going at it. Thank you.
Web development is such a cool part of this program. It gives you, not only the practical skills, but also just, a little bit more of a breadth that increases your employment opportunities. So we've looked at web development, but now we're going to look a little bit more at the graphic design side of things. So production lab 5, we got some students working in Adobe today.
Yes, so these students are in our layout design class. They were actually in the print shop earlier, so we're going to ask them a little bit about what they were. Hi, everybody. Hi. All right, so we have Aaron here. Aaron, can you tell me a little bit about what everybody's working on right now?
So right now what we're working on an exercise for today since we just finished our latest projects, which was stickers. So right now they are working on creating holiday cards for any specific holiday that is on the list. And they're creating 3 designs catered towards a specific audience. That's all about catering towards specific audiences is what's important. Because during this class, they're not only working in InDesign, which is what these projects are finalized in, but they're working in Illustrator, they're working in Photoshop, and then they're combining them all because all these offer linked files. What linked files is that they go from one source to the next, update, whatever. So they're going to be working in Illustrator or Photoshop first, and then they're going to be bringing in their assets into InDesign so that for their final printout, we get stuff like what they've just worked on. Drake, can I see your stickers real fast? Because we work with different projects. So this was the latest project right here where we printed on vinyl. Because not only that, just the softwares, but they also get some hands-on experience in this one. And today we just finished making our stickers where we printed these out on our Epson Sure Color printer. And then they were brought in and cut out through our P.A.K fine cut plotter. And last week when they were making these yard signs, we had to go through our Mistral laminator to print down our other other designs with our vinyl materials because we're working with banner material, we're working with vinyl, and then we're also working with thin paper, but most of the stuff just for industry standards alone. And did you guys enjoy the latest project?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Aaron. So one more question. So in the print class, we know we use the Adobe software. What is some extra or other software that the students use that is specific to the layout design class?
So the layout design class as in other Adobe softwares or just outside of that?
So outside of that, so like the Fast Signs software.
Oh, so the Fast Sign software that's actually linked towards our computer, like what we had to do for today, that links with our plotter because there are some softwares that we don't use our MacBooks for, but our plotter is connected to our HP computer that is in the print room, and that was through Fine Cut. And that is a plugin that goes through Adobe just to connect with our actual plotter. Our laminator doesn't have to do that, but our printer does. And with that, we have to do Epson Edge, which tells our printer what to connect with when we're actually sending our print PDFs, because a little fun fact is we have to send PDFs, not the AIs, into the Epson Edge. So it prints out exactly what we want, and so on and so forth.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Drake, for letting us see your stickers.
Awesome. And something I just want to highlight here. So Erin showed you guys the sticker project. And I believe the assignment for the sticker project is you create a sticker for a boba shop, right?
Yes, so they are given a boba mascot and some colors and things, and then they kind of make their own design.
Right. So this is just another example of that. And I just love seeing all the stark differences and, the students' interpretation and their design ideas. So you can see, you're given an idea, but you get to make it your own.
This was today. This was last week when we messed around with our laminator, put these on our yard signs. And this was the week before when we made banners for high school.
Very cool.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Excellent. So as you can see, you get to do a lot of really cool things with our campus program and utilizing all those machines and, seeing your work come to life. Now, if you aren't able to come to Orlando for our campus program, don't worry, because we have our online experience as well, which we call interactive distance learning. IDL. Now, this isn't your typical online class. It's a live class session. So you're tuning in, you still get to talk with your instructor and collaborate with your classmates. We're emulating that classroom experience as much as we possibly can. It is important to note that the online program is only available in certain states. So please be sure to speak with one of our admissions representatives to make sure you can participate in the online program from where you are located. But we're actually going to take a peek in one of our online classes right now so you can see what it looks like from our end. So we're going to pop in here and we're going to take a look and say hello to our online graphics class.
Yes, so this is going to be Nick. She's also in layout design, but she's currently in our online class.
You're a graduate design drawing now. I was started after our sketch phase. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I don't know if you can see me and say hi. There we go. Hello. So this is Nick. She's currently working in our layout design class. So can you tell me what everybody's working on right now?
So right now we're actually doing a design challenge. They've been given a design to do. Right now they're making graduation announcements. They get the assignment first thing in the morning. They have until end of class to do their mood boards, sketches, all the design phases, to sort of just give them that taste of what the workplace is going to be in once they get into a workplace. Same day assignment sort of situation.
Okay, wonderful. Now, can you also tell me, these students are finishing up their projects, they're getting closer to graduation. How do we help them build their portfolio in that way?
So one thing we love to go do is to go back to like 101 and just sort of like remind them of the skills that they've learned the whole time they're here, because it's really fun seeing them in like 107, 108 go back to previous projects, be like, oh wow, I've developed a lot. It's very like helpful for them. But one thing we really focus on is case studies or process presentations where they are able actually to go in and explain everything they've done, their design decisions, how they took feedback and implemented it, and doing a lot of mock-ups. Mock-ups are so important for building portfolios, so we really focus on that towards the end of it.
Absolutely. All right, one more question. So can you tell us a little bit more about the online class experience and also the hands-on approach?
Of course, yeah. We do our best to make it as one-to-one as possible. They're learning the same skills, same techniques, same way of doing it. I developed so many like little aids and anything that we feel like it'd be easier for the classroom. I make up something to give them that same experience. And we also do a lot of little virtual field trips to our campus studies here. Like you saw the print lab, they go on those same field trips to the print lab. They get to see the hands-on stuff. And we do a lot of like tutorial videos and quizzes and stuff just to make sure that they're getting that same knowledge at the same time.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Bye, everybody.
Awesome. All right, so like I said, that's just a peek at what our online experience looks like. But if you want to learn more about the difference between the campus and the online programs, you'll definitely want to talk to one of our admissions representatives. But we're going to take a little walk down here. We're going to check out our graphics gallery. So all of these projects that you see here are completed by our graphic design students. So Leah, why don't you pick out a couple to highlight and tell us a little bit about the projects?
Sure. So I always love these two. I put these two up right at the beginning because they're some of my favorites. So this is a Photoshop project. This is actually the first project they do in Photoshop. And this is the idea of playing with masking. So taking a picture of something and being able to edit out everything in the background and put it together to make something. So this project in particular here was taking photos of things around your house and creating it into a robot. So this one I think was done really well. You can see the Glade plugin. We've got a mouse for a hand. We've got another mouse down here. So all kinds of really cool things. Up top here, this is one of our illustration projects. This is our creative portrait. So this was done by one of our students as well. Really, this one is more of an open to interpretation project. So students can kind of have some fun and really delve into kind of how they want to make an illustrated piece. So this was actually a self-portrait for one of our students. She did a great job. Looking at some more, we've got our national park poster. This one is always one of our students' favorites. They play with the idea of a silhouette. So they'll pick a national park, they'll pick a figure or a silhouette that relates to it, and then they play with layers of depth. So the students have to focus on the foreground, midground, and background, and also how it plays with the silhouette. But they always really enjoyed this one for sure. You'll see some more down here. We've got more of the creative portrait. We've got some logo design where students were given different prompts to choose from for a restaurant in order to make a logo for. We've also got some architectural illustrations. So anybody in the Orlando area, this is the I-4 eyesore that everybody has seen as they are driving down I-4. But this is a really great piece that's very light. It has a lot of great details, which are awesome. So you'll see some more of the same repeat projects. Again, that character illustration, I'm sorry, that creative portrait there. There's some character illustrations as well. This was done by one of our grads. They actually participated in the Orlando Film Festival and had the winning design last year. So this is their design here, which is very exciting. But yeah, more logos, more national parks. And then towards the end here, these are actually from our film program. So these are some of the small films that they've done. We like to put those up here as well and give them some recognition too.
Absolutely. And we cannot wait to see your work up in the graphics gallery when you guys come to campus. But I did want to take a moment and just do a shout out to everyone that is tuning in today. It looks like no one put in their career goals, which is totally fine. But I see we have Taylor, we have Tamisha tuning in from Atlanta, and we have Mercedes tuning in from Massachusetts. We have Trelonda, Nikishia, I think I have seen your name on our enrollment board, so we're excited to get you started with our classes. We also have Eddie, we have Joel, and we have Alan tuning in. So thank you guys so much for throwing that in there. We're excited to have you join us today. We're gonna head down and talk a little bit more about a really important part of your program, which is career services. So if you guys want to follow me, we're going to head down. But in the meantime, I did want to take a minute and talk a little bit about student housing. So if you're looking to make that transition to the Orlando area to attend our campus program, we have lots of resources to help you. But the most important thing is figuring out where you're going to live. So we work with a partner called EDU Rent. And EDU Rent is a really great company that provides dorm style living for our students. So it's off campus about 1.5 miles away. It is a flat rate every month, and you're living with other students who attend F.I.R.S.T Institute. It's going to come fully furnished for you. So it's a really great option. It's going to be one of the easiest and one of the most affordable options to get you down to the Orlando area. So if you're interested in learning more about EduRent, you'll want to talk to one of our admissions representatives. Over here on the left, we have the pad. This is our student lounge area. So students will use these spaces for their lunch breaks, but we also see students in here all the time working on projects or just hanging out before or after class. It's a great space that you are welcome to use any time of day. Now we're going to head down a little bit further here to admin, and we're going to get an opportunity to talk about career services and learn a little bit from our Director of Career Services. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Totally forgot about the PAK. This is the coolest part of the program. So with every student here, you're going to be receiving a creative pack. Now, the creative pack is included in your tuition, and it's provided for both campus and online students. This is going to give you all the tools that you need to be successful in the program. So, Leah, can you tell us a little bit about what is included in the pack for our graphics program?
Sure. So we've got the top shelf here. You're going to see we've got the iPad Air there for our students, as well as the Apple Pencil. That's always a crowd favorite. We have the Canon Rebel T7. So you guys will get that camera before you start 103 to be able to take photos and use that for your Photoshop and digital photography class. You're also going to get a memory card and a card reader as well. Now, something that's not here, is a little bit too big to fit in there, is a light box. You're also going to get a light box, and what that is used for is product photography. So you get to put a product into this box and have it very professionally lit with professional backgrounds, and use that camera to get those shots for your project. So lots of cool things that you can see here. But yeah, that's part of our
Yes,
pack.
and just a reminder, this pack is yours to keep after you graduate. So you have all the tools to help you in your career. It's included in your tuition. If you want to see an exact breakdown of what's included in the Creative Pack, we do have those items listed on the program page on our website. But now we get to talk about career services, which is really cool and one of my favorite parts of the program. So we're going to head over here to one of our meeting rooms and chat with our Director of Career Services, Mr. Tony Mardini. And Tony's going to tell us a little bit about what him and his team does to help our students while they're in school and also post-graduation. So how are you doing today, Tony?
Molly, how are you?
I'm good. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Absolutely. So first of all, welcome everyone to the virtual tour. So I work with the career services team, and I just want to let you know that not only during your time here, you're going to be working and learning alongside industry professionals, you'll be working with the career services team as well. And what that entails is you'll be working with a career services advisor, and they'll learn a little bit about you and your goals so they can kind of just gear things more towards, you know, your preferences, your location, and some of the things that we may be hearing through the pipeline that are available in your area. You'll also come out of here with some job search tools to help you prepare yourself in the most confident and professional way during your time and after you leave here as a graduate. Some of the tools that you're going to leave here with is a complete cover letter, which allows you to showcase your skills, your achievements, and it showcases to an employer, you know, why you're interested in them. You'll also leave here with a completed professional resume. And what that entails is your education, your skills, achievements, and any volunteer opportunities that you may have done in the past or while you're here during your time with F.I.R.S.T Institute. You'll also create a portfolio. So this is where you're going to allow yourself to showcase to an employer some of your work samples, and it gives them it allows them to feel, to see, and hear in some cases what your creativity is all about. You'll learn about interviewing. This is really important because alongside the great training and your portfolio and the tools that you get, you're going to have to go in person in front of an employer. We're going to show you how to do research to employers that you may be of interest in, and also how to navigate through the interview process, things like common questions and what responses, how to dress professional, leave that first great impression, and then also how to follow up after an interview. Very important to follow up. It leaves a nice touch. Throughout your time here and post-graduation, we're here to support you, and we're here to check in with you. And if we ever have any opportunities coming through our pipeline, or we just want to learn about you and hear what you've got going on, we want to celebrate you. So we're always going to be in touch with you throughout your program.
Awesome. Well, Tony, how important is it for our students to learn about career services and participate in it while they're in school?
Great question, Molly. So it's really important not only to get the great training that you're going to get, but to also prepare yourself professionally in the industry. This is going to set you apart from the rest. Many candidates want to dive into the digital media industry. So just being prepared with some of those professional tools and networking opportunities is really going to set you apart from the rest.
Absolutely. You know, we're committed to setting our students up for success during their time here at F.I.R.S.T Institute. And we want to thank you guys so much for joining in. We're going to start our Q&A session here. So if you have any questions that you want to throw in, and we'll get to those as we go through. So I see our first question here is asking a little bit about the online program. So I'm going to kind of combine two into one, Leah. As an online student, how do the labs work? How do we communicate with our instructors, and how do we complete assignments?
Okay, so lots of great questions. So your labs are going to be completed during class time. So either that 9 to 2 block or that 6 to 11 block. So you'll be completing all your work during that time. Communicating with your instructor, that's going to be through Microsoft Teams. Your class is actually held in your Canvas course in a part of the class called Big Blue Button. So you'll be able to see all the other students as well as your instructor and be able to ask questions there for everyone to see, or use Microsoft Teams to message your instructor one-on-one to get that one-on-one help. And then completing assignments will also be on Canvas as well. So you'll use Canvas to turn in all of your work for your instructor to see and then give you feedback and grading and everything like that.
Excellent. Thank you. I see someone is asking about what computer should I have? So just so everyone knows, for our campus program, students are not required to have their own computer, as you are able to use all of the labs that we have here. But if you are an online student, you are responsible for getting a computer for class. Now, you can use Mac or PC, but we highly recommend that your computer is no more than 2 to 3 years old. The softwares that you're using in class, the Adobe softwares, Canvas, they're really complex. They require a lot of machine power. So you want to make sure that you have a good computer, not only to help you in class, but once you start working in the industry, you need to have something that'll help you get your work done. So if you have specific questions about what is required in a computer, we do list the specifications on our website. You can check those out on the program pages and see exactly what you should be looking for. I see here we have Tony. How do you help us find a job after we graduate?
Great question. So throughout your program, you have professional development courses embedded throughout the curriculum. So all the way from day one to the very end, we're teaching you professional basics, career resources, how to find opportunities. Staying in touch with the career services advising team is really crucial because we never know when we're going to get an opportunity or an employer is going to call us and say, hey, I need 5 production techs or I need 5 graphic designers to do something for a concert this weekend. So if we don't know who you are, you're not staying in touch with us, we're not able to share those opportunities. Now, I will say this, I can't guarantee when those opportunities come. This is a joint effort. So we'll show you all the basics and all the networking opportunities that you should know. We'll also show you where they are. It's going to take some footwork. It's going to take some legwork for you to get out there and also try to find opportunities as well. We'll support you and do research as well that we'll share along with you. And if there are employers coming through our pipeline, we're going to share those opportunities as well.
One of my favorite things that we say about career services here is that career services never expires.
Never expire.
So while our goal is to help you get a job within the first 6 months of graduation, you are always welcome to come back and use the resources that we have here, no matter how long it's been since you have graduated. So thanks for that, Tony. Leah, as a future graphic designer, how does learning the web stuff help me?
So that's a great question. So web design, you don't really know how it fits in, but it's really important because the age of technology is always growing. So whether you're learning website design or you're learning app design, it's really important to know how things work behind the scenes. You don't have to be a professional coder, but knowing the basics can help you to troubleshoot in the design industry. If you ever need to get behind the computer and fix something really quickly, you'll have that basic knowledge to be able to do so. So it is very, very helpful, I promise.
Absolutely. And what advice would you give to someone looking to start their career in the industry?
Ooh, I love this question. So if you want to get started in the industry, I say reach out and network as much as you can. There are plenty of graphic design or art type of chapters that are kind of all over in different organizations. One of my favorites is AIGA. That's actually nationwide. There is an Orlando chapter that we've actually had some students go to some of those meetings. But wherever you are, there is probably an AIGA near you. They will hold usually monthly meetings and events, and that's a great way to meet other creatives and get some insight and see some cool presentations and everything like that. But really just getting started. It can seem very daunting and intimidating, but start with what you're good with, not what you're good with, what you're strong at. And then we can help you progress from there into the things that maybe you don't know yet, or maybe you don't know that you're very skilled at yet, but just get started. That's all I can tell you.
Awesome. And our last question today, when is the next start date? I love that attitude. So our next classes are going to be starting on October 21st, which is less than a month away. But we still do have plenty of time for you to get enrolled between now and then. What I would recommend is if you're interested in looking at your options for the October start or the future starts that we have available in 2025, definitely speak with one of our admissions representatives. If you go to our website, you can request information and someone will contact you as soon as possible. Keep an eye on your email because we will be sending that information post-tour so that you can connect with one of our admissions representatives. But it's been great showing you all around the school today. We really appreciate your time and we look forward to seeing you guys in class. So thank you very much and we hope you have a wonderful Tuesday.
Bye.